Day 3 of the NFL draft is upon us, and with one pick in the fourth and two picks in the fifth, who are some of the targets that I think the New York Jets should go after? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and that's right. We are on day 3 of the New York Jets draft, and I think that we're doing really, really well when you take everything into consideration with the New York Jets and this draft class. Getting a premier edge player in the first round, the best center on a lot of people's boards. Him and John Michael Schmitz and Joe Tippmann flip-flopped on a lot of people's boards. But getting the center of the future for this football team was fantastic. And with 3 more picks in this year's draft, again, I expect that we're not going to see a ton of movement from Joe Douglas and crew this year. This draft class just isn't worth it. And we can see that by the value of the trades being so low. And we've got pick 112, 143, and 170. So let's talk about some guys that the New York Jets can target at those spots. So I think that when everybody thinks about this upcoming these picks, we've got 10 picks from the top of round 4 to where the New York Jets are picking at pick 112. And 10 players are going to come off the board, but there's more than enough players here at this position at the draft where it's kind of a crapshoot, where I feel really confident that we're going to walk away not just with 1, but 3 really good players that can help contribute to this team, whether it's early on special teams or later on in their careers after a little bit of development. I think the position that is still on everybody's mind is offensive tackle. But after hearing what Green Bean's source has to say about that, my expectation is that the moment the offensive tackle market in the first round didn't materialize in the way that the New York Jets wanted it to, and we were unable to acquire one of those top 3 tackles in the first round, I think that the New York Jets pivoted, and now we're going to be bringing in a veteran offensive tackle, which means that a offensive tackle prospect doesn't have to be taken with the 112th pick. We can get a guy in the 5th round with 170, with 143, and we can really let this board come to us and not go out and reach for a player or anything like that. And we know that that's exactly what Joe Douglas likes to do. And so if that's the case, if that's what we're talking about, one of the players that I think would absolutely be a home run hitting pick for the New York Jets if we could get him, he has no business being here in the 4th round, is if we went back to the defensive line and we got Adetomiwa Adebawore out of Northwestern. If you're a fan of Dom C, you'll know that Dom C loves this guy. He has him really, really high on his board, and he has true, and I mean true, positional versatility of playing inside and outside. And so Adetomiwa Adebawore, based purely on the fact that a lot of us had a really high 2nd round grade on him, and for him to still be here on the board in the 4th round, wow, that's surprising to me. But he is such a good player that it would be hard to pass up on him. And now another player that a lot of people had a 2nd round grade on, in September of last year, they had a 1st round grade on him. And while I didn't necessarily agree, that's cornerback Kelly Ringo out of Georgia. Now, I know what you're saying. Corner, why would we need to take a corner? That's our best room. I get that. But Kelly Ringo, in his skill set, I don't actually think is suited to playing corner at the next level. I think that he can transition to free safety and do that really, really well. The problem with Kelly Ringo is that he doesn't provide much versatility and the ability to play in the strong safety or in the box. And we can see by the utilization and what we do with our safeties and flip-flopping last year, LaMarcus Joyner and Jordan Whitehead in coverage and in the box and so on and so forth, that we love the versatility of both of our safeties being able to play single high, both of our safeties to be able to play in the box, and both of our safeties to be able to play in coverage in quarters or cover 2 or something along those lines. So If that's the case, maybe you don't go Kelly Ringo and you pivot. Also, there are a couple of interior defensive linemen in this class that are still out there. Guys like Keandre Coburn, if you're looking for that big run-stuffing interior defensive tackle. Now, I don't know if the Jets are really going to look for something like that, so I would expect that his teammate Moro Ojomo out of Texas would be more along where the New York Jets would want to target. But if they went into the 5th round looking for a guy, maybe a Jalen Redmond out of Oklahoma State, out of Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State, out of Oklahoma would fit the bill of what the New York Jets want to do. Also, I would not be surprised if the New York Jets decided to target running back right now. We know for a fact that the New York Jets have met with DeWayne McBride out of UAB, but guys like Israel Abanikanda, Keaton Mitchell, Zach Evans, another player that the New York Jets have met with, are all guys that could be on the New York Jets board. Remember, as of right now, we only have 3 running backs on the roster. We let go of Ty Johnson because of a non-football injury, probably hurt himself working out in the offseason or something like that. And Breece Hall is still not healthy. We need to get bodies in that room, and addressing them in the draft, especially one that doesn't have a ton of high-end talent, is a great way to do so. And these running backs in this class are really, really good as well. And so options there, Rashawn Johnson, if you're looking for a true third down power back to run through the tackles and all of that. So if we were doing a mock draft for the New York Jets, how would I want it to go? Well, at pick 112, I would love for the New York Jets to address the interior of the defensive line and take Moro Ojomo, the player out of Texas. Oh, we didn't even talk linebackers. Sorry. So before we get to that, we got to talk linebackers because there's still a lot of linebackers that are on the board that are really good. J.L. Skinner is listed as a safety out of Boise State. I don't think he's going to end up playing safety. I think he's going to transition to linebacker at the next level. He's really good in coverage. He's got those skills. So watch out for that as a wild card. But linebackers, Ivan Pace Jr., Owen Papo, Ventrell Miller, guys that I know a lot of Jets fans and a lot of Jets content creators are really, really high on. So watch out for that. But going back to my mock draft of what I think would be a home run mock draft, with pick 112, I would love for the New York Jets to address it and get a guy like Moro Ojomo. I think that would be a home run pick. At pick 143, I don't know how the Jets would be able to pass up on a guy like an Owen Papo out of Auburn. Crazy athlete, crazy patient, love what he brings. And then when we're looking at pick 170, I don't know if you're going to love any of the tackles that are in this class, honestly, at this point. So I'm going to pivot. I'm going to take one of my favorite running backs in the class, and I'm going to get Israel Abanikanda, the running back out of Pittsburgh. And I think ultimately, when you take into consideration all of the things that the Jets need, go out and sign a veteran offensive tackle to come and back up the guys that we have now. I truthfully and honestly expect that George Fant is coming back to the New York Jets. So you add interior defensive lineman, you add linebacker, you add running back, other positions of need for this football team, and you move forward. Let me know what players you want the Jets to target in the first round, or not the first round, in the 4th and the 5th round. And last but not least, go Jets.